The silent war is not fought in the trenches or the sky, but in the fiber optic cables running beneath the oceans. It is a war waged by logic gates and metadata, and its ultimate target is the concept of private thought itself. Edward Joseph Snowden knew this better than anyone. He was not a spy. He was an architect of the system, a high priest in the digital sanctuary, and the man who decided to burn the temple down to save the faith. June 6, 2013. Somewhere deep inside NSA headquarters, screens flash red. A top-secret slide bearing the word PRISM has leaked. A revelation that will upturn the global conversation about surveillance and power. The document reveals what many have long suspected, but few dared to imagine. Giants like Google, Facebook, Apple are covertly feeding user data to the U.S. government. On the same day, disclosures emerge showing the NSA is logging every Verizon phone call, turning tens of millions of Americans into walking dossiers. Behind this shock is a 29-year-old systems contractor, a nobody by most measures, but one who will push the U.S. government and the world to admit that it has been lying. How does someone with limited access reach into the deepest vaults of American intelligence? Why would he risk everything, his career, his freedom, his life, just to blow the whistle? The quiet before the storm. It begins in spring 2013, on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. The sunshine and palm trees frame an idyllic scene, but inside a concrete NSA facility, something dark is stirring. Edward Snowden, an IT contractor working for Booz Allen Hamilton, has access to systems few even know exist. He is anonymous in the crowd, a face among thousands wearing security badges. He clocks in daily, types his credentials, and watches the digital pulses of millions of people. Not just metadata, but full conversations, emails, browser histories, medical searches, every digital trace of modern life. As he digs deeper, Snowden stumbles across slide decks so sensitive that even members of Congress say they never knew they existed. One slide marked PRISM catalogs internet providers complicit in mass data collection. Another labeled Upstream reveals how the NSA taps into undersea cables, copying everything in motion. The most disturbing tool, though, is called X-Keyscore, described in internal documents as the ability to capture nearly everything a typical user does on the internet. By entering an email address, an analyst could instantly view someone's digital life. Emails, credit card logs, search histories. No warrant, no oversight, just access. 3 weeks earlier, Snowden had watched U.S. Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, testify under oath before Congress. When asked if the NSA collects data on millions of Americans, Clapper replied, "Not wittingly."
No answer to the question, does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
It does not.
Not wittingly. There are cases where they could inadvertently, perhaps, collect, but not wittingly.
All right.
Snowden, witnessing the intelligence machinery in action, knows Clapper is lying. The NSA isn't spying on some, Snowden realizes. It's spying on everyone. Calls, texts, locations, all are gathered, stored in vast data centers, searchable forever. As nights stretch and the weight of what he's seeing sinks in, Snowden can't sleep. He signed non-disclosure agreements, sworn to secrecy, yet what he's witnessing feels like a slow-motion crime against privacy itself. He imagines his young nephew growing up in a world where every call, every text, every mistake is recorded, where the government might know more about you than you know about yourself. By late May, the island paradise feels like a prison. Snowden resolves to act. He begins transferring sensitive documents, carefully, selectively, to prove one thing: the government is lying. But two questions haunt him. Who will believe a nobody contractor? And even if they believe him, will they do anything? The first leaks, and the gamble. Months earlier, in January 2013, Snowden had already sent a cryptic encrypted email to Laura Poitras, a documentary filmmaker, saying, "I have something you need to see." She nearly deletes it. Another conspiracy theorist, she thinks, until she recognizes the technical sophistication beneath the message. Next, he contacts Glenn Greenwald, a Guardian journalist known for his critiques of state power. Greenwald, struggling with encryption and wary of leaks, ignores the message at first. Weeks pass until Poitras calls, "You need to take this seriously." By May, they agreed to meet. Snowden flies to Hong Kong, telling his girlfriend it's a business trip. On May 20th, he boards a flight with 4 laptops and one prop, a Rubik's Cube. To the world, he'll be the tall, quiet guy holding the cube. On June 3rd, in the Mira Hotel lobby, Greenwald spots a kid fiddling with a cube. That's when the story changes. Snowden opens his laptop, reveals a secret court order from April 2013, forcing Verizon to hand over phone logs. The NSA is collecting all your calls, not just some. Greenwald's hands shake. This is the smoking gun. From Snowden's documents come revelations that rock the world. The tech companies you trust, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, cooperate with NSA programs. That private Facebook message to your ex? The NSA may have it. That deleted Gmail draft venting frustration? It too may be stored. The upstream slide shows that the NSA is tapping into undersea fiber optic cables, copying traffic in transit across oceans. The X-Keyscore tool is the nightmare made real. Journalists race. They comb documents for proof. Snowden's freedom is narrowing. After 5 grueling days of preparation, Greenwald clicks send. The world wakes up to proof that George Orwell was underestimating the future. The NSA's spy apparatus, once invisible, is now exposed. Fallout, exposure, and exile. On June 5, 2013, The Guardian publishes its first revelations. By June 6, both The Guardian and Washington Post release classified documents with tremendous global impact. The tech world braces. The NSA confirms PRISM exists. The Obama administration defends it as a tool for national security. Critics say it's a betrayal of privacy. In September 2020, a court ruled that the NSA's bulk surveillance of telephone records was illegal and that intelligence officials misled the public. The fallout from Snowden's disclosures persists. Debates on privacy, surveillance, constitutional rights, and the digital age continue worldwide. Snowden, now a fugitive in exile, lives in Russia. The U.S. government charged him under the Espionage Act. Supporters call him a hero of transparency. Critics call him a traitor. His revelations forced a reckoning. Can democracy survive in a world where governments can see everything?
True Hacking Documentaries is your source for definitive hacking documentaries. A silent battle is fought in the shadows of our digital world, where lines of code are the weapons and firewalls are the front lines. These are true stories about hackers, their motives, methods, and the fallout that follows. This is the first video on the channel and the beginning of a series dedicated to uncovering the human side of hacking. If you find this content useful or interesting, please subscribe, share, and like to help grow the channel.